This CEDA video is brought to you by Shoshone-Bannock Hotel.
Get away to Southeast Idaho's newest casino hotel. For only $75 per night, you'll enjoy award-winning comfort at its best with 156 rooms, beautiful suites, full spa, and new restaurants. Plus, it's located right next to Fort Hall Casino, offering over 900 machines of pure casino excitement 24 hours a day. Call 1-855-746-2268 for your special $75 hotel rate. Again, that's 1-855-SHOW-BAN-8.
Plan the United States Air Force should increase procurement contracts for electricity to be used in the United States and solar powered satellites. Events once the Air Force and Air One is air power. The Air Force is facing energy crisis. This shorts future power projection dollars warrants 12. The Air Force faces daunting energy crisis given increased demand. Energy diminishing supplies demands for environmental solutions. The Air Force requires access to energy to provide distinct advantage over resource or emphasis increases target energy as center of gravity. Assured energy advantage to promise our Air Force to be more sustainable and severe lack of Air Force investment in new technology destroys readiness even when regularly 12 airport uniquely affordability. The leaders the ability to wage mobile campaigns possible is not assumed continued factor of U.S. permanence in the skies of America. That assets to spare war on especially the price of unfairness graciously show that the United States found costs on preparing future conflicts will not be possible to rapidly design and field battle weapon systems. SPS is key to preserve air power garrison and global understanding the critical link between dual use infrastructure and Air Force strategies, but then take a less complacent view of international competition for years. The Air Force to take and kept the United States out of major war and kept the war from global conflict to maintain technological premise of victory and handle one technological wars gives supremacy in all the phases of conflict we must maintain. Technological supremacy for racial sort of church where air names consider the opportunity the international cooperation provide and advance the U.S. interest partnership and other situation perception of a strong Air Force key global cooperation. The impact is instability and miscalculation in Berkeley 12. The Air Force must continue to build and maintain alliance, save represent opportunities to cultivate the association cooperative and defense has the advantage of focusing on desired regional effects not life associated with documentation leaders must have capability to interpret officers from 30 American nations efforts to the calculus potential adversaries are only effective if they are credible allies committed to the United States depends directly on their perceptions or American presence failing to make such an investment encourage reasonable ability to make least miscalculation ultimate conflict. Air power key to hedge development.
First advantage, where does it in the Garrison card say that solar power satellites are key to
that's
the Air Force?
That's the piece of evidence that says tech innovation is key. Our
right.
Ramos evidence talks about the Ramos evidence
SPS?
is what talks about SPS.
Which piece?
The Ramos evidence, second to last, it's right before AUX.
Okay, why is it that SPS is key to the Air Force?
The Air Force can't take off because all of their planes are too heavy because they have to carry fuel with them. The AF would be able to beam power to those two receivers on the ground, which can then beam into a plane.
And this is shown 2000, and the evidence that you read on the top part of this advantage talks about energy efficiency innovations within the Air Force. How come those energy innovations wouldn't be able to
we still use gas to power planes. That is our internal link.
Right, but if it's more energy efficient, then how would the plane?
It doesn't matter. First of all, Donnelly and Schwartz, our uniqueness evidence assumes this claim and indicates that energy is targeted as a center of gravity because we do not have the ability to wage mobile campaigns.
On your weaponization business, when you talk about how your first card talks about all these issues as to why space weaponization will cause the war, and it specifically talks about political calculations in countries trying to vie for supremacy in space. How do you change those political calculations?
Well, number one, the ability to have lasers in space would probably send a message to China that if they ever attempted to go to space, we would blow them up.
Right, but that
which
seems
is a deterrent factor if they ever
your
did.
bridge evidence. Your bridge evidence literally says the U.S. is pursuing weaponization, and that is exactly why China and Russia are trying to do the same thing.
Hold on. We think that it is the opposite. We have tried to engage. We have tried to. Yeah, the bridge last line of the bridge evidence indicates that we have tried to engage in the code of conduct, but Russia and China refused to sign it, which has caused the U.S. to weaponize.
That's not what your card says. Your card says that the U.S. refused to support a resolution to halt militarization. They're working with the EU, and that Russia and China think
that is what it says. One, we will contend we are weaponizing because other countries are, and two, our global evidence indicates it is irrelevant.
First off, topicality, A points interpretation, it means within the bounds of random house dictionary 2012 use to indicate inclusion within a space, place, or limits, and B points violation. Outer space is in the United States, Motorman 98. Outer space is clearly a foreign country. Outer space is no more alive with its own choice of law purposes in Antarctica. The outer space treaty makes it clear the space will have no district. It can provide a venue for claims made by non-residents in the U.S. Energy is in space. When Buka News in 2011, Kaku wrote the possibility of for energy production, energy from space is called space solar power, and explodes the topic lots of energy production in the United States international waters. The Arctic call leading dramatically different advantage areas by direction of the topic is about domestic energy production. For energy production outside the U.S. explodes in research burn predictability, explodes limits topicality is jurisdictional question for British competitive advantage based free interpretations. Next off is counterpoint text announcements for the government invest in next generation bomber, the F-35 fighter program, the PC-46 aerial refueling tank, F-22 modernization, long-range low observable carrier-based platforms, and joint electronic warfare capabilities, the permanent defense for prioritized energy efficient technologies, the counterpoint solves your author, England, and Vicky in 2012. Bomb administration covers must prioritize recapitalizing its capabilities with gross investment in next generation bomber, the F-35 joint strike fighter program, the AKC-46 aerial fueling tank, F-22 modernization, long-range low reserve carrier-based platforms, and dual electronic warfare capabilities, market capabilities, new aircraft, and energy efficient and initiative solve artists. In 2012, the ODK excuse me. No DoD can find ways to conduct operations using less energy. Air Force counterparts these actions include investing in new aircraft, upgrading existing aircraft, and increase fuel efficiency, investing in deployable assets that require less energy. And next off the DA, solar supplies restrained, solar planets will triple the crunch burgers in 1012. Lack of silver stockpiles, control price silver minus increase significantly over the past 2 decades. Gold demand for silver, far price of gold prediction over the last 2 generations. Major government stockpiles silver have been sold off to supply the energy in governments. Well, silver reserves are finite. Over the past few years, government suppliers of silver have been drying up without government stockpiles feeding the market. As only few other places to buy silver, new technology will continue to discover more additional applications for silver, putting a further strain on world supply. Gold demand is expected to reach 150 million ounces per year by 2015 just to satisfy the photovoltaic industry. There's no doubt that silver market will have to face serious deficit. In order to balance the deficit, silver will have to come from somewhere. And silver for PV use has declined. Now policies in favor of solar PV will lead to boost in silver usage. Nano markets 2010. Growth in use of silver for PV is driven primarily by growth of PV itself, which has slowed and faltered. The PV is by government subsidies because that concerns about fossil fuels opportunities available for supplies. So silver and PV space are highly dependent on policy consideration. The economic turmoil of the last few years has increased in land hard assets like precious metals like silver prices have been affected by the strong economies caused overall industrial silver consumption to be less than robust and natural increase.
Says that the solar power is produced in space.
The Hamazuka news.
It says that solar energy is produced in space. The
energy from space is called space solar power.
Where does the evidence say that?
Energy from space is called space solar power.
What is, hold on. So I think that this begs the question of what energy.
It also says another possibility opens for energy production,
which piece of evidence defines what energy production is and when that occurs.
Well, it literally defines it. It says possibility opens up for energy production. Energy from space is called space solar power.
Topicality would be the plaintiffs of the only produce energy produced in the United States, even if its energy in space is not converted until the small to just 9. A large array solar space then it's orbital solar energy once the solar energy is converted, then converted to electrons, converted into light energy, alternate to defend position period, and we meet the purpose of the United States modifies the word finds one side down the direction of energy and counter prediction. The United States means all areas under jurisdiction authority there. This uranium may find the term United States means all areas under jurisdiction authority there. The prediction of solar is a conversion to use electricity as department energy, and energy production to concentration of natural electricity finance on energy production crucial in the application technology to natural resources. Use performed for her interpretation. First is negative ground, solar energy with negative turbulent, but along that electricity have some predictability. Is most of solar at the top level, based on simple negative to limits and default to reasonability competing really solar to the bottom. And then also logical symptom coming out Tiago to the weaponization. Now weaponization level is the voice trends use Russia, China, and most active pursuing most now 2078 such as through the bridge. Space war and absent use intervention as a field and the use military force to transportation. They spread the opposite and this is the competition of the coverage. The chemical variables was some China is organized and to build the
Okay, you make this we need argument on topicality saying the energy produced up in the solar
is unusable.
Well, it's not usable until it gets to the United States because it's not electricity, it's just energy collected.
It's microwaves, yes.
Okay, but your own piece of Wallach evidence, I quote right after you finish highlighting, once the solar energy has been collected, it is converted by the collector cells to electrical energy and transmitted wirelessly to an Earth-based receiving antenna called a rectenna.
Direct current.
I understand that to be there requires microwave.
DC can't be used.
Why? It says it converts it to electrical energy, but then converts it to microwave beams in order to convey its energy to Earth.
DC can't be used. It gets converted to DC in space. That's the above line which you get on.
Okay, why is
it's converted to microwave?
Okay, it seems like
it
seems like energy produced and electricity are two distinct things that your evidence even discusses. Why are they synonymous, or why should they be in the literature?
Okay, so Walsh made the distinction that the energy produced in space is not usable, and it differs in the term of art solar energy and solar power. We've also defined what solar power is. The problem of energy says it's a conversion process.
Conditionality is good. Our interpretation that we get two conditionalities that allows us to test the political implications as well as the epistemological implications of the affirmative is key to check against inevitable negative advantages and oppositional politics, political activism, necessities, process, and multiple soundbites quickly form a cohesive conclusion. Only conditionality allows that because it allows for comparison and contradictory policy proposals. Real world education outweighs because it makes the decisions that will become and at least the best policy option. The diversity of argumentation is key to inoculate a culture of dissent, which is key to cost benefit analysis. It's better for research argumented diversity forms the active and research because the third of multiple contradictory advocacies and it's key to negative flexibility between discipline from multiple angles. Keep fairness where the opposite can apart from the persuasiveness of the two there's no spillover we could have just read. Or T violations don't affect pressure from the 2C, specification choice and time pressure, and worse just reject the argument of the team. And on the can, I'm going for extended across the part that says accusations, state is college means all whenever it's college means they can't get English from bosses also extend across the permissions to test the competition on the counterclaim. Counterclaim also negative advantage is also better, or self the air force advantage is also better than the air force. They're also conclude that new weapons and flight systems in addition energy efficiency are key not easily to space unless one is the evidence. 2, even if it's true that renewable energy is good for the air force in the long-term, short-term needs, include new weapons of combat logistics. 3, to voice the SPS turning the silver DA, he says that he won't be able to solve the second internal link. The second internal link is simply an issue of fuel efficiency idea that we have too much fuel in our airplanes, which is exactly what the counterclaim tech would be able to solve for efficiency solves more than the average near-term downlay of our ship. Reducing demand for energy, single best action, the Air Force can use repurpose energy security to reduce the reliance upon energy sources and energy commercial infrastructure, reduce financial research. The Air Force needs to commit to energy and increase the impact on base renewable sources and have insurance that the Air Force has the ability to collect and analyze energy, target aviation fuel, expeditionary fuel, tactical, non-tactical ground fuels, water consumption, and
Portable skills and critical thinking outweighs small skills.
Portable skills and adequate thinking outweighs.
That's that's a theoretical
That's a
impact.
theoretical impact.
Look, the alternative to our counter-inter
The alternative
is that any
is
solar
that any solar energy
is
have a
topical.
topical,
Like Trinity
like
Solar
Trinity
and
Solar and ASAF.
that is worse for the topic.
That is worse for the topic.
Also, their extra T arguments are inevitable.
They're actually inevitable.
Because any half,
there
is a conversion process.
Because of the
with any
conversion
affirmative.
process, which they agree should be the frame.
Also, there's no reason why them getting more pick ground wouldn't be preferable.
Also, they can see that they get pick ground vector T, which will answer the 2 and R. Also, reasonability is good enough for only R against judge intervention, but
Yeah, if we have one card that says
if we have
there's a
one card that
conversion
says the
with ground,
process, it means we're reasonably topical.
Wait. There are these cards.